Achille Campagnoni and Lino Lecciadelli made history in 1954 by being the first people to reach the summit of K2, the second tallest mountain in the world. It's no surprise that those two brave mountaineers are from a country with an incredible pedigree of climbers, Italy. There's history's finest, with Reinhold Messner being the first to climb Everest solo without supplemental oxygen, to modern World Cup champions like Christian Core doing the first V16 in the world. Recently, we have had the privilege to watch great athletes like Laura Rigora doing 514D at age 14, Stefano Ghisolfi winning lead World Cups handedly, and a very fast and talented Ludovico Fasoli getting a ticket to the Olympic Games through speed climbing. Italy is also home to some of the biggest brands in climbing, including Scarpa, La Sportiva, Camp, and Lowa. It's no surprise that, in his own words, probably the best ginger in the world comes from Italy. I'm of course talking about Gabriele Moroni. Born September 20th, 1987 in Gagliate, Italy, Gabriele Moroni got his start climbing at 8 years old in the city of Novara, Italy, just west of Milan. Gabriele Moroni soon then moved to Los Angeles and got interested in a cheerleader named Ali, and when her ex-boyfriend, whom was a black belt at the time, decided to bully him and beat him up, eventually Gabriele Moroni was fed up and found a man named Miyagi, whom he called Wait, this isn't the Karate Kid. This isn't an underdog story where Gabriele was in dead last and crawled his way to the top. Gabriele was never a weak climber. Gabriele was a great climber in his own rights. He qualified for the Youth World Championships just 5 years after he started climbing. He competed in adult bouldering World Cups at the age of 16 and won the 2001 European Youth Climbing Championships. This guy was no slouch. Gabriele Moroni is incredibly strong, doing some of the hardest lines in the world, climbing some of the hardest boulders like Zikkurat V15, an incredibly technical roof traverse, the world-famous off-the-wagon V14 stand start, and doing classic hard routes like Action Direct. Doing one-arm pull-ups on the famous Beastmaker sloper, Gabriele Moroni was and is a really strong climber. So then, what's the point of this video? In the world of competition rock climbing, one of the most elusive titles you can gain is to become a World Cup gold medalist, a champion. Climbing, like most other sports, has its own seasons, splitting the year up between bouldering World Cups and lead World Cups, and having speed climbing sort of in between the two seasons. During the bouldering World Cup season, there are typically 7 World Cups taking place all around the world. Currently sanctioned by the IFSC, the International Federation of Sport Climbing, these sparse competitions are one of the crown accomplishments a climber can win and achieve. When Gabriele Moroni first started out on the bouldering World Cup circuit, sure, he had a lot of success in the youth division, and especially in the European circuit, but when it came to the International World Cup circuit time and time again, he was never able to get that elusive first place title. If we start with the first international competition that I can find record of, he got 32nd in at the time it was sanctioned by the UIAA, World Cup in Imst back in 2004. His next recorded World Cup placement was in Fiero de Pinedo, and he got 7th in 2004. An incredible performance, especially as a second World Cup appearance, but ever since that competition in 2004, thus began a vicious cycle of getting 7th placed. 12 times in 7th place. Being 7th means you're in the top 10, which is an amazing accomplishment in its own right. But it also means that you're one spot out of the top 6 to make the finals round of a Bouldering World Cup. 12 times, one spot out. During a Bouldering World Cup, there are 3 rounds that the climbers must climb through. The first round is the preliminary round, where the top 20 athletes advance to the semifinals to battle out for the top 6 spots into finals. A climber could technically qualify into semifinals in 20th position, then qualify into finals in 6th position, barely squeaking by in both rounds, and still win the overall World Cup by getting first in finals. This is what makes getting into finals so important. No matter what place you got in the previous 2 rounds, you can leave it all out on the wall and win the competition. Gabriele Moroni has made finals before and impressively reached 2nd place 3 times. In 2009, 2008, and 2007. Impressive results, but still that tantalizing first place was always just out of reach. With the amount of insanely difficult climbs Gabriele has done outdoors and the consistent high placing throughout his career, one must ask, when is this guy going to win? He clearly is capable of doing so, and the year to answer that question is 2018. 2018 was a great year for bouldering. The women's field was dominated by Japan's Miho Nanaka and Akio Noguchi, but the men's field was a wild ride of emotions, being a year that a different champion was crowned at every World Cup. The men's side was heavily dominated by an extremely loved group called the Haters. The self-dubbed group came about when climbers Alex Kazanov, Yerne Kruder, Jongwon Chon, Jan Hoyer, Gregor Vizonik created a WhatsApp group to keep tabs on each other. But by far, this was one of the most successful WhatsApp groups on the climbing scene. Yerne Kruder won in Meiringen, Gregor won in Munich, Alex Kazanov winning in Taiyan, Jan Hoyer finaling in Chongqing, and Jongwon Chon finaling in Hachioji, Taiyan, Moscow, and Meiringen. Pretty much everyone in that group found success. It led to some amazing moments like this one.
Like if you just get the zone, on this boulder. Oh wow.
And Alex Kazanov holds the swing. Go with the right hand. He just needs to keep cool here. Slaps with the left hand. The next hold is the top. Just needs to line it up. Lances with the left hand. Alex Kazanov gets to the heel hook and matches with the right hand. He's only gone and topped it. Well, I'm no lip reader, but I'm pretty sure I know what Alex just said. And it's not repeatable on the IFSC live stream. 3 tops for Alex Kazanov.
Gabriele Moroni was also part of this WhatsApp group. Being the oldest, most considered him in the group as the sensei. See, everything about 2018 seemed to be lining up for Gabriele, even breaking his 9-year streak of not making finals when he got 6th place in Moscow. With that placement alone, it was already a great year for him. Before we move on, I want to take a moment to let Malcolm Gladwell talk about the 10,000 hour rule.
And you talk about the 10,000 hour rule, that it's not just a matter of, well, this person's a genius, this person has an amazing ability. It is actual practice and hard work.
You know, so a group of really brilliant psychologists in the field of expertise research have sat down and tried to figure out how long do you have to work at something before you become really good, right? And the answer seems to be, it's an extraordinarily consistent answer in an incredible number of fields, and that is you need to have practiced, to have apprenticed for 10,000 hours before you get good.
Gabriele started climbing when he was 8 years old and was already climbing at a World Cup level by 16. But by Gladwell's standards, by 18 he should be a well-versed expert at climbing, and he most certainly is. The sheer amount of accomplishments he can look back and be proud of is proof that his 10,000 hours were put to good use. By 2018, being 30 years old, one of the oldest competitors in the field, it was surprising how close he always got to the top spot after all these years, but never was crowned champion, not until Hachioji 2018. Gabriele made it out of prelims in 8th place in his group, and being that there are 2 groups, he was seeded 14th overall going to semifinals. After all the times getting 7th place, today was not that day.
No joy for Claire Burfind.
Gabri going well as well, men's one.
This is live now on Gabriele Moroni. We've got a good view of the stage from our position. Top for him. Brilliant climb. Nice in the semi-final as well. Earns himself an extra bit of rest.
Here's Gabri.
Ken Patrick, Gabriele Moroni.
Yeah, look, facing left here, like Kenny saw pretty randomly before. And then easy.
Relatively tall Gabri, but still really smoothly done. Still a long way even for the tall to get from that crouch. Now judging by her body language, this is Gabriele Moroni creeping up. Haven't seen a top yet of his 3. Tenuous last few moves. What he's got to do is match that, pop onto the left hand, red volume, lead half time. A couple of near misses on bowls. But got through very well indeed. Climbs 12th, quite 8th. Top there for Gabriele, very nearly a top. Speak too soon, there it is. I think he knew that was close. Feet cut off at a key moment. Japanese organisers, you might be able to hear in the background, handing out the final. Gabriele Moroni, Tomoe Narasaki, Alexei Rupsov, Kai Harada, Jungwon Chon, and Ray.
First place into finals. First. But the journey had only just begun. The grueling finals round was going to be the biggest mountain that Gabriele would climb.
Alex Kazanov, this is your new title. Every time you come on, you get introduced as World Cup winner Alex Kazanov.
It was only fitting that Alex Kazanov would be commentating alongside Charlie Bosco during one of the most amazing boulder finals of all time.
Works, and it's really hard to set a boulder that will be 100. Look at this again! What? This is amazing. And it's actually really hard to pressure a foot that way because you. Oh, wait. This is really cool. Nice.
Now he's got the zone.
Nice.
Haven't been counting the attempts, but probably about John Chon took 4 attempts to get that zone. Probably pretty similar for Gabri, and he's launching from a long way down. He's getting the top. Gabriele Moroni, first man to top the boulder. He'll be well aware of that.
I forgot to say something. I just how this him always listen to him. That's
14 years of World Cup experience. So the boulder won't see a flash. It's seen a top from John Chong. Let's see a second one from Gabriele Moroni.
I would love to see a second top. Should have rested a bit more.
Get nice and smooth outright. Problems getting over there. It's this sequence of moves that's tricky, and then once you get these sorted, you go to the top.
Nice. Super good. That was super fluid. I like that one.
Now he's got some thinking to do.
Come on.
You were saying how long his arms are.
You can
Hopefully put them to good use.
I was just about to say how solid it looks.
At this point, every boulder has only been topped by one person. By now, zones mattered. Now, in bouldering World Cups, there are 2 important holds that climbers need to reach. The zone, which is a checkpoint for partial credit of the boulder, and the finish hold, which climbers must match with 2 hands to get full credit of the send of the boulder. Zones are typically used for tiebreakers, and in Hachioji 2018, it inadvertently created massive drama as to who would win the World Cup. The final boulder. Anyone could win, and Tomoe Narasaki, Japan's superstar climber in front of his home crowd, comes out right before Gabriele. If he tops this and Gabriele fails to make the zone, then he will take it all.
What?
If Tomoe Narasaki flashes this boulder, he'll have 1 top, and it'll be a flash. He'll have 3 zones, and he'll be in the lead of the competition because of attempts for the top.
Only if he flashes,
Only
though.
if he flashes it.
Let's see. I mean, it's Tomoe. Just because it's Tomoe, I'm like, yeah.
Of course, it's not to say if he flashes it, he wins. It just puts him in the lead. Gabri could still win it.
Yeah, that's true. I just. Whoa!
And he goes straight for the zone, skips out the intermediate hold, working his way up that volume. This is such a hard move there. We saw Rei Sugimoto drop it here. Tomoa holds on to it though. He's got the left heel hook. He's worked his way up the left hand side of the volume. Are we about to see the flash from Tomoa Narasaki? This to put him in the lead. Tomoa, left hand lands. Right hand lands.
No, this did not just happen. It did not just happen.
Tomoa Narasaki. The venue's gone absolutely crazy. You can see there, everyone up on their feet. The thunder sticks being banged together.
Gabriel walks out knowing that Tomoa had just flashed it. He did it first try. All he needs is the zone. The 3 climbers before him couldn't even touch the zone. So he knows it must be difficult. The weight of the world was on Atlas's shoulders as he stepped out onto the mat.
Okay, Gabri needs to make the zone.
He needs a zone.
That's it.
Yeah, attempts don't matter.
No.
Tops don't matter. If
The
he gets
zone,
if he gets a zone, he wins the
is
competition.
hard.
Which is hard.
But Gabri is in a good shape. Come on, man. Come on, bud.
Just to try and give you some context, John Wonchon, Alexei Rubtsov, and Kai Harada couldn't get the zone.
Yeah.
Rei Sugimoto and Tomoa Narasaki could.
Come on, Gabri.
Okay,
I'm
well,
so nervous. I cannot watch it. Nice!
he's off to a good start. If he can do the next move, Gabriele Moroni is going to win a World Cup after 14 years of trying.
Yes!
Gabriele Moroni, World Cup winner. It's taken him 14 years. He made his debut in 2004. In 2018, he becomes a World Cup winner.
14 years! Please, if you top it, please scream. Whatever I scream.
Gabriele Moroni has already won the competition, but that's not enough. He wants the top. He wants to dominate the competition. We've seen Tomoa Narasaki flash this boulder. Can Gabri do it?
Oh, no way! Yes!
Anything Tomoa can do, Gabri can do better. That is extraordinary. Gabriele Moroni's waited 14 years to win a World Cup. He's finally done it.
Yes!
All the pressure in the
I
world.
have goosebumps right now.
You're not the only one. All the pressure in the world to deliver. Tomoa Narasaki did what he had to do. The only way Tomoa could win it was to flash it and Gabri not to get his own. Gabri Moroni, I'm going to say something. Tell me how this sounds to you. Gabriele Moroni, World Cup winner.
It's crazy, man. Like, it took me like almost more than 15 years. I got close too many times, like 4 probably, and like a lot of finals, but I got close, but not enough to win. And like now, after, I don't know, 10 years later, my last finals, I got in and now I took the win. It's crazy, man.
14 years you've been trying this. Can we have a look? I wanted you to talk me about what had just happened, right? You knew Tomoa had flashed it, and you knew that meant you needed a zone. You were aware of that?
Yeah, I knew pretty well. And
so
I don't know, I gave under 99%.
Tell me what's going through your mind in this moment. I mean, you realize now you've won it.
I don't know. I mean, it was quite okay on the right-hand hold. And this one was surprisingly okay. So I don't know. I couldn't put any feet around, so I just tried to campus. And I don't know. It just happened, man. I have no idea what happened. It's crazy.
And this one here, you were so close on the last move. It looked like you just held it.
Yeah, I really wanted to put a heel, but yeah, it really didn't stick much, and so I just crossed, and I don't know, I just jumped for it. It was a surreal moment.
And did you always believe this day would come?
No, I mean, I never. After, I don't know, like my last second place was 2009. It took me almost 10 years to got back to the finals. My goal for the year was making finals again, and now I don't know. It just happened, and
well, I mean, Alex Kazanov went absolutely crazy in the commentary box.
Yeah,
I know a lot of neutrals. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching will be absolutely delighted for you. It's felt like it's been a long time coming, but you're a World Cup winner.
Thank you very much.
Massive congratulations. I'll let you go because what you guys at home can't see is that there's now about 50 people
Yeah.
all gathered here wanting to give Gabri a
take a
handshake
while.
and a hug. So he's got a lot of handshaking, autograph signing, selfie taking, hugging to do. We'll let him go.
If you put in 10,000 hours of quality practice, you will end up being good at whatever you choose to pursue. Gabriele put in his 10,000 hours and became a great climber. And through hard work, dedication, persistence, and never giving up, after 14 years, he became a champion. To achieve a dream and a goal, Gabriele Moroni showed us that being persistent for 14 years, for 122,000 hours, you can live that dream. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone you think would be interested in it. I highly urge you guys to drop a comment down below on what other topics you want me to talk about. Now, this video didn't take me 122,000 hours to make, but it did take several days of planning, writing, and editing in order to make this video possible. If you want to support and contribute to my work, feel free to check out the link to my Patreon in the description below. Unfortunately, because this YouTube channel is so new, only a few days old, I'm unable to monetize any of the videos through advertisements on YouTube's platform. So contributing or supporting my Patreon is the best way you can help out this channel grow. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I want all of you to go out there and crush some rock climbs, because to me, that sounds like a pretty okay thing to do.